the channel Coding at Home. My name is Matthew Lonsdale, and we program games in the Unreal Engine. So this is episode 3, I think. So we're just going to continue straight on. If you've just come across this video, if you just want a building system, I'll put a link in the description for episode 1. You can follow from there, because we use components, so you don't need to watch the full series 1 and series 2 where we do the inventory and crafting. You can just make the component and then add that to your player controller or player character, and it'll just work in your own project just like that, right? You obviously will need the static meshes. There's a link in the description in episode 1 and how I got them in and set them up. That's all free. But for everyone who's been following along and finished watching episode 2, we're going to jump straight into it. And let's move this out the way. So, the wall was not snapping, I think I remember rightly. So we came up here, we plonked that down. So there's a couple of reasons why that didn't work straight off the bat, and that was because for those that are following along, it would have. For those who are using this method, we would have needed to set this, because in the building component, or yes, come to the event graph, we are running off of here. Alright, so if you'd have set, so if for example, if I broke this, not there, yes, break that, and then got the item from here, then the walls will work, or they should do. What's fun? It's true, I think. Yeah, see, now we've got problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to run with this the old way, and then at the end, once it's all built, I'll do another episode for everyone who has watched from the start and make all this integrated into the inventory system that we've got. Alright, so we're going to continue on with that, and we will set this like so. We'll move this out of the way. We'll move this out of the way. If I can get hold of it, we will just copy and paste this one. Excuse me. Wooden wall, and the snap type is this one, and you need to set this to a blueprint structure. This was another reason why it wouldn't have worked straight off the bat. So with that set, this is now going to, oh, and I might not have even done that, so that might have been why that wasn't working there. So snap walls and then set transform. So this can be reused. Yep, so then you just set transform here, like that. Do that, do that, do that. So the snap walls, yes, that has been copied and pasted. So, but there is a few things we need to do in here, because I'm fucking itchy for some reason. Sorry. So we need to check. That's why this is in here. So we need to check, is this snapping to a foundation, or is it snapping to another wall? So if you've got a wall here or that way, and then do you want to snap a wall on top, then you need to know, we need another one of these to say, is it plus 200 in the Z? So that means we want to snap it on the top if we're looking at a wall, and then we need to know if we're snapping to a foundation. So this is snapping to a foundation. Okay, we'll do the rotation in a minute. We just want to see this working. So let's just move that, double check this. So yes, so this can just go straight in, can't it? So let's run this and see what we've got, and then we'll see what we need to do. Okay, so hopefully, hold snap. Right, so as you can see, there's the bottom, there is the left, there's the up, and there's the right. So yes, it's got the snap, but it's not quite in the right place. So we just need to set the snap offset to what we want. Okay, so that needs to be, I think it's still snapping 200 apart. Okay, so first thing we need to do is only snap it 100 away, because it's half from the center. It's not a full 200, it's a half. So that, I've already done that. Let me check over here. Hundreds, yes. Am I looking in the right fucking snap for walls? Yes, so why? So the category is definitely not. Find snap category. Do that. Get the item struct info and set it to snap. So that is foundation. Did we not actually change the snap? Yes, we have changed the snap to walls, windows, and doors. So that is correct. That's going to be snapping to walls, windows, and doors. Then this is going to come out at wall, windows, and doors. This is going to come in, and if it's that and X, that and that, put the snap offset to minus 100. So I tell you what we'll do. Snap walls. We're just going to check this walls up, and in here walls right. Fucking hell, move, stupid mouse pad. Walls down. That'll do. Let's just see if I can figure out what's going on here, because I'm not copying directly from my project, so that's why there's a little bit of backwards and forth. Right, no snap found, snap up. So this is still trying to snap a foundation. That's what's going on there. So that means that this switch still thinks it's a foundation. So why is that? And that's because it's asking the structure, and this is for someone who is following along. So yours will be working if you followed from the start. However, for those who are just using the component, you will have to get the snap type directly from the unit and promote that to the variable. Okay, and then it knows it's then a wall. Okay, so that's what's going on there. So now we're snapping. So this way works straight away, because we don't need to rotate when it's on the left and right. However, we need to rotate when it is on the down or the up, and we want to rotate by 90 degrees in this direction, and then probably 180 degrees in this direction if you want the outsides to stay on the outside. Because if you place this here, like I said, everything still works because of the way you use the functions. Now that's probably the outside. So if you look, you've got like the sort of two little holes there at the bottom, and that's what it looks like from the inside. However, if I was to and we have not set up get rid of stupid forecar. So if we snap this here, that still looks like the inside of a wall, whereas that looks like that direction is the same. Do you see what I'm saying? So you might want to spin that 180 so it looks correct, and then you see how I've like got this little key out here. So, and then they'll all sort of chase each other around and look good. So 180 on one of them directions, 90 on the other two, and 270, 90 on this one, and then 270 on the back, for example. All right, so let's do that. So to add a bit of rotation in here is for the snap walls function, we want to, I'm sure it's, I don't think it's difficult. So if we are in the walls up, we want to rotate this 90. Is that all I need to do? So yes, minus 100, and so this is the way I've got it set up. So here is minus 90. Then for the right is 0, so you don't rotate. For down, I'm rotating it 90. Now you're rotating in the Z. So X is that way, Y is that way, and Z is that way. And I've got someone at the door, so I'm going to pause there 2 seconds. Right, we're back. So we are now, where was we? 90 here and 180 in the Z. So when you want, yes, what was I saying? So when you want to spin something that way around, it's Z. That way is X, and then Y is that way. All right. So with that set up, we should be pumping that in. And now if we snap, this is wall down. Snap, this is wall right. Snap, and snap there. All right. Lovely, 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 lovely. And we can just right click. That'll go away. Snap, 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 snap. Lovely, all sides. So if we was to just place a wall here, now if we was to do that, it's going to want to snap to the side of it like that, okay? But if we want to snap up, all you want to do, now I don't want to debug this because you should be able to sort of know what's going on. Well, I mean, I can do. I mean, I might as well because we're here to learn, aren't we? So if you want to snap up, you simply want to get the Z value here. So if, let's break another one of these out, and then if the Z value, so you want another one of these, okay. Now, you forget about the X and Y, and just want to drag in the Z. Now, if the Z value is above, right, well, let's print this out so you can see what's going on here. Let's drag off of there and print a string. And you want to print this string and just plonk that into there. Alright, so I think this will show me what we want anyway. So now if I'm looking at the top, okay, the line trace is a little bit out, I know, but so that is 230. Okay, as we go down, we're at 46. But you can see I'm 200 is about where up is in the Z. Alright, so you can go anywhere from, well, if we say 200 and then give it a tolerance of 30, that means we would be down to 170. So any higher than that and any lower than that. So actually, sorry, that is not correct. Yes, it is. Sorry. So that value is that value. So 200. Let's clear this out. So snap walls. And then if this is false, check here. Now, if this is true, we are trying to walls above snap location is here, and we want to zero out there. We want to snap it 200 in the positive up, and the rotation, we actually want the rotation of the existing mesh. So we'll just snap it to whatever angle that's at. So it doesn't matter, sorry, I've knocked the mic, which angle it's at or which side it's at, because it'll just mimic what it is. Alright, so the rotation from the current mesh is the rotation that we're going to set in our offset, okay? And that's if it's above 200 in the Z. And we'll leave the tolerance at 35. We'll see how that works. Like I said, you can always tweak these numbers. So we'll see how that goes. And then, of course, we will return. And we just want to double check set transform is connected to make sure that this is connected here, the rotation. Okay. And we should be good to go. So let's see that snap. And so if we snap here, and then another one, snap above, no snap found. No snap found. Okay, so something is not quite right. Wall down. Wall left. Let's so it has not found a snap. Okay, so let's jump out and see what I have misdone here. I've done something wrong. Okay, so we did just print this out. 200 and Z. Don't care about the X and Y. If that is true, snap above. That should definitely be working. Maybe the tolerance wasn't high enough, but that shouldn't have mattered. Let's just double check. Okay, so on mine, this is minus 200. So if we went back to the print string, that was probably saying minus 200 in Z. For whatever reason, it's the opposite. So let's see if I was to try that again. Yeah, so wall above. So for some reason it's saying opposite. I'm not sure why. Let's cancel that. And we cannot snap to a blueprint script, so that's a collision problem. So we cannot do that either. So let's see what I've done wrong there. So if I right click it that way, and then we snap here, and then that is snapping, and that'll snap every time up and up and up and up and up. And then can we even reach another one? Yes, so you can see that snapping, and then that will snap on the side of there, but it'll not snap like you thought she wouldn't, because in a game I don't know if you would want to snap a wall to a wall like that. I suppose you can do. It would snap if, oops, if we built it on this side, the up snap. Yeah, no, it would do the same there as well. So I mean, it's up to you how your game works, but like you can see, it's found a snap. You'd probably set that up as to a non-placeable area. But as you can see, that's how you would go up. And for whatever reason, it's minus 200, not positive 200. So that's that working straight off the bat. So we have now got the roofs. Now the roofs are a little bit more trickier. And the reason for that is because if you snap a roof to a wall, like let me show you in the editor here, because there's two different types of snapping for a roof, unless you're just having one story building. So if you put, let's see, well, that foundation, turn snapping on and move that one to there, and then change that to a wall by clicking and then right clicking, set wall, and then you went up 200 and you replace that with a roof, it would look fine. But if you then looked at that roof and I wanted it to snap another roof, you need to go up 200 and you need to go in 200 to get that to snap. Now, the difficult part about that is you can't just say, right, well, up 200 and then 200 and Y, right? Because watch what happens here. So if I grab this, and grab this, and mimic this here, and I rotate this 90 degrees, now if I was on my roof and I went up 200, and now look at the color, Y is the green one, so I went up 200, 2 clicks, and then 2 clicks in Y. Okay, now if I was building a roof this way, I'd go up 2 clicks and then 200 in Y. That's where it would snap it. Alright, so you need to figure out, well, is it 200 in Y? Or is it 200 in X? Is it 200 in positive X? Or negative X? So that's why there's a little bit more for the roof, and that's because it has to go up and move along. If it just has to go up, straightforward, like a wall. If it just needs to go to left, right, straightforward, like the foundation. But like I say, roof's got to go up, and then it's going to move in a certain direction, depending on how it works. So, building component. Snap walls. Duplicate. Snap roofs. Okay, so in snap roofs, let's see. That. So, the way I've got this is, yes, you will need that. You will need them. So, what we're going to do is we'll keep that. We will get rid of that for now. Get rid of that for now. Put this up here so we can see what's going on. Disconnect that. I don't want to delete this because we can probably reuse some of it. Well, we will be able to reuse some of it. But we're going to get the world transform. We also, now if you're following on, you can just drag your structure from here, get the item, Jesus Christ, item info, like that, and then you can get the name or item, fuck me, break, and then you can get the enum type or the item type. However, if you're doing it just for the component, you need to just get your item info, and then you want to equals, and then you want to know, is it a roof, like a dog. I'm English, so that's why I might sound funny. Where's roof? Right, so there's no roof in there, so let's jump out of here, go to blueprints, enums, item type, add new, wooden roof, rough, that's how we say it, and come out of there and hit play and hope everything compiles without having to reset. Right, good. So now we're in here. Now we can get roof. So we're going to branch here, and this is going to be coming from here. So we want to know, are we trying to snap to another roof? If we're trying to snap to another roof, then we need to do up and then along. If we're not snapping, then we're probably snapping to a wall, window, or doors. And at this point, you can say, right, Can you snap a roof to a foundation? If you can only snap a roof to a wall, then this is where you would put that. So you do another equals, and you can only snap it to this, and then you return not snappable here or whatever. Okay. So if we are not snapping to a roof, then we can just run this code. Okay, and you need to snap above, obviously, so you want to take that out. There's the item in. Well, we've already got it now, so drag this up. Okay, and you need to put 200 in all of these because it needs to go 200 up by default. Work your way through like so, like so, like so. Okay, wall up, you could type roof up. You don't need these print strings in here. This is was that right? I thought it was, yeah. But when you're building stuff like this, it helps drastically because you know where, if you've done something wrong, or why is that one not snapping there, why is that one twisted, the print string will tell you exactly where to look, and the couple of seconds it takes to put it in can save you hours trying to find the problem. So use the print strings. They're for development. They're supposed to be used all the time, and you don't even have to take them out when you package a game, because if you package in development mode, they'll stay in. But if you package for shipping, then they'll just ignore all print strings. That's what this development only means. All right. Just a little bit of information if you didn't know. So we are here and we want this information for the location. So if it's not snapping to another roof, do the usual for the wall, and obviously by default be on the top of the wall. Alright, so we can now do that straight away. So if we come in here, not that one, and that one, and fuck's sake, sorry. What we'll need to do is we'll need to put another one in for 3, and this needs to be wooden roof, and we'll probably have to do that in here in a construction script. Do another one of these, set this to roof, and yes, and connect this up. Static mesh needs to be connected up. Compile. Okay, so we should be able to play now. Not that one, that one. Snap 3. Sorry, I did not set the static mesh to roof. Third time lucky. Right, so we have our roof. We're going to hold shift and it's disappeared. Is that because we didn't put in the actual function? I bet we did not. Of course we're not. It's just because I'm trying to rush it, get them showing you, and I'm just forgetting stuff. Right. Are we definitely ready to test something? Yes. Okay, so now then. Foundation, wall, roof. Okay. So as you can see, it has found a snap. It's snapping to a foundation, but that's not quite what we wanted or what we expected. So it is not snapping up for whatever reason. It is trying to snap. It's snapping to the foundation quite well, but something is off. So let's go and see what we've done here. So if this is false, no, this is true. That's what's up. Right, so this is not the item info that you want. You need the current look at get item or get type. item pick. That's the one. You need to know, is the current looking at item a roof? Sorry, I know the video has probably gone really shit now, but we're going to push through it. So if the looking at item, the item we're trying to snap to, is a roof, then we're going to do this. If it is not a roof, snap it like a normal wall. Alright? So foundation, wall. Okay, so we've found no snap point. Roof up. There is a snap point. So we have got a problem there. So we need to rotate this in 90 by the looks of it. As you can see on that side, it's asking for roof down. So we might say, okay, well, I only want to snap you to walls, which is I'm trying to get to. So is it a wooden roof? No. Come into here. We want to get the Z. Is it equal to that? So what have I done here? Right, so that's what's going on. So disconnect that. You want the Z. Disconnect, disconnect, Z. Disconnect, disconnect, Z. If you want, you could probably just do that. Less nodes. Okay. So let's see what's going on there. So get that, get that. Is this more than 200? This wants to be 200, 0. This needs to be 200 in Z, does it not? Sorry, let me just take a couple of steps back here. So that's running into that, that's doing that, that's going into that. All I'm trying to find is, because default I'm going to set it up 200, so I don't need to know if it's 200. All I need to know is the Z, which is the rotation of the wall. So if the rotation's at 0, set it to plus 200 at 0. I'm just going to copy my other one now. If the rotation is at 90, so this is what I'm trying to figure out here. This is 90, is the rotation of the wall, because by default roof goes on top of the wall like that. So is the wall this way, this way, this way, or this way? That's all we need to know. And then if it is, snap it 200 with the current rotation of the wall. That's what we need to do here. So 90, 0, 90, 180. Make sure you cancel out all these other figures. And here, cancel that out. And make sure you've got 270 down the bottom. Is that what I've done there? Yes. So in here will be minus 90 or 0, 0, 0. This one will be 90 here. I think we'll test this, and obviously these could be the wrong way around. Following along, 80 and 270. So he says, okay, let's go for that. So we have got foundation, wall. Let's do that a bit better. 3. So snap. That's exactly what we want. There you go. It went in. No, it didn't. So we are not saying no snap found for whatever reason. But it is snapping in the right direction, or it's by default going to that. So let's see. If I fuck up any more, I will have to cut and find out. But did I not change that in here? Snap type, wooden roof, structure, wooden roof. We shouldn't be bothering with that yet. Okay, build component equal to wooden roof. We are snapping roofs. If that is roof, which that is roofs, so that's correct. Snap roofs. Are we looking at a wooden roof? No, so we are looking at a location. That is not what we want to look at. We want the world rotation now. That is what the problem is there. Sorry, my bad. So you can just get the rotation, break the rotation, drag all your Z's into here, because we do not care for the location anymore. Sorry about that. So we want to break the transform, we want the rotation, break the rotation, get the value of Z, and then we're running the correct script here. Okay, so I do apologize for that. And we are now foundation, wall, ceiling, roof. Okay, so now that is snapping on roof up. So you can place that now. So that's in that direction. Foundation, snap here, and snap to the roof. So as you can see, this is what I meant earlier. So we need to move it 100 units in Y to get that to line up. Alright, so we're going up 200, and then this will be the same here. So if we now snapped it in this direction, if I can see, it's not finding a snap for this one. Okay, so we'll need to check that. Should though. Definitely should be finding a snap for that location. And let's test the other side with this direction, and it has no snap found for that. Okay, so the first one's fine, second one needs to be moved over, and then we've got a broken line on this somewhere. So rotation, right, the tolerance might be the case here. So I've got 90, 180, 270. Are we getting this off world transform, rotation, break that, Z, 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 and Z. Oh, you thick cunt. Look. I'm sorry, this video has gone to total shit. So this is still an equals vector. So you actually need an equals rotator. I am sorry that this video has gone terribly, terribly bad, but I'm going to push on with it. Okay, so equals rotator, duplicate for the 4 times, connect up, duplicate, connect up, duplicate, connect up. Okay, so sometimes it is better just to wipe what you've got and record, because copying and pasting sometimes, like it has just done here, is caused more problems than what it's worth. So at 90 we don't do any rotation. Oh sorry, at 0 we've got no rotation. At 90 we rotate 90. At 180 we rotate 180, and at 270 we rotate 270. Now the tolerance on this I've got set to 30 as well. Okay, which can definitely be a lot lower, but 30 is what I've got over there. And I feel like a massive sneeze is brewing, so now this should all be perfect. Okay, snap, 3, snap, yes. That's 1 out of 4. Snap here. We'll snap on this side. 3. Okay, so we had to move that over. We hadn't done that, so let's see what else we've got here. Now that we're on track though, this side. Sorry. Just put another one down. This side. Okay, so that is the opposite to that one. And the final snap, which is the back, might be 100 over on that side. So that's 100 over, that's 100 over, that's 100 over, and that's nothing. So, actually, it feels like we don't need to move it 100 over. Of course we don't, because we only need to move it 100 over when we're going roof to roof. So that's the easy fix for there. So if you can come into here, 0, 0, cancel out that number because we don't need this yet. We are not up to this. 0 there, so you're just going directly 200 up and you're rotating the angle. So that's that done. So now I know this will work in any position. There, I'm just trying to test quickly. 2, there, 3, yep, 2, this side, haven't done this side yet, 3 snaps, and 2 on this side, and 3 snaps, okay, and click. Okay, so that's your pitch going in the correct angle every time. Right. Right, so now then, to go up and over, up and along, it's a case of copy. And I know I said about copying and pasting, I'm literally just said don't do it, but you are good to copy and paste here and just get this, oops, drag this down and put this into the same rotator. Okay, and you want to come out of true, go through all your checks. So now we need to find out, we're going up and over. Okay, so the direction would stay the same. So we're going up, up. The other check that you do need to make, no, we've already done that check. So if this is true, that's exactly the same. But if it's in 0 and 0, so first one up into here, so it's in 0 in the z-axis. So we need to go directly up 200, which we know, and the direction we're going in is 200 and y. Okay, it's not 100, it's 200 and y. And then x, for the second one at 90 degrees, we want to go minus 200 and x. Then we're going minus 200 and y. And then we're going 200 and positive x here for the 270. Now, hopefully, this all works first time. And we have got foundation, wall, and roof. So snap, and 3. So snap. Oh, fucking worked. Obviously you can move these around. They're just the way I've done it. That I wouldn't change the snap. I would change the static mesh pivot point. I've done videos on how we make these. Go look them back. Subscribe to the channel. Go through the videos. You'll find all how we did this. That worked out better for the gable. Alright. So, checking now this direction. Now I'm sure they'll all work if that one worked. Yes, and again, that is snapping in the correct direction. And I would have thought they were all fine because I copied it from the other project. Yep, and the last direction here, roof to roof. That's lovely. And obviously if you want it to not snap to foundations like that, then you could probably put something to stop that. But that's snapping exactly 200 up. What you could do, because of the way they look, you could possibly use them as a staircase and just set the rotation, so or a ramp. So if you wanted to go, let's do a little bit extra here. If you are snap roofs, is it looking at a roof? No, that's fine. So you could move this down and say, okay, so let's take another one of these. This is for the extra, the hard workers. Is it a foundation? And then if it's false, do what we want to do. If it's true, interesting. So you would then get the rotation. Oh no, you won't. You would probably have to jump back to location and run the so basically you would just go here, copy this, and you would just change where you wanted it to hit. So let's do that. So just grab that, and that, copy, come over to your snap roofs, paste that in here. Okay, get your location, world location over there. If this is true, so you could probably snap this in, what do you think, minus 200 in theory, minus 200, minus 200. Obviously this is a guess, so and so far the episode's been fucking all over, but let's just see. That's all it is, trial and error. That's code in a nutshell. So if you now snap into that, it's not quite what we want. It's kind of. So you might need to do a little bit of rotation as well. So that's obviously not snapping where I want it. Let's see. So left, see why the print strings are so handy. Now I know I'm looking at the left, so in the left I want to rotate it 180 degrees, and let's see where that ends up. So in here I'm looking at left, which is here. So if I change the Z 180 degrees, and maybe not quite as low as that, maybe 180 might be better, might just look a little bit good. And then I pop that down and then have that. And then I look at the left hand side, which is now changed by the looks of it. Now that is what I want, 180, but I want that a bit more. I want that 100 over. Alright. I wish I knew which angle that was though. So I've got that 200 in Y. So let's say 100 in Y. Will that put you on the end? Or is it because of the angle that I'm placing it? No, that's exactly what I want, but I've went the wrong direction. Okay, so it isn't. So 100's gone that way, and I was at 200. So in theory 300, that can't be right. Might be though, because roofs are longer than foundations. So if we went here, and then I went to snap this here, I've then got me ramp like that. So let's test it. Let's jump mode, landscape, and see what we've got here. Shift. Whoa. Alright, that'll do. Play. And so if we're building and you've got this deal going on here, snap, and you can make the legs longer. I've made them that long, which is kind of long enough, but you can definitely make them longer, just if it looks a bit shit. So but obviously none of these. This one is. Sorry, I had a message. Alright. Looks good. So that's a roof, but it doubles up as stairs as well. So there's no collision. Sorry, I'm getting 1,000 messages. This video is probably going to be the worst one, right? If this is the first video you've watched at Coding at Home, just like, fuck. Right, I'm sorry. But there you go. That is kind of what we're looking at. But obviously the collision needs to be set from blueprint scripts, because what you want to do now is the keep it at blue until you've added the resources. So from probably this point on, because you now know how to do a building system, it's as straightforward in that you just need to add whatever items you want. The pitches or gable ends are just the same as a wall snap, and that's already done for you. So if I go back to select mode here, building components come out of there. So this is walls, windows, doors. Gable is the same. So the the angled roof pieces that go in on the side, that's the gable. That will come out of this one and snap just like a wall. So you should have enough information there to do a build system, because from here on I'm going to be working on this and basically copying what we've got on the survival template into the YouTube tutorial for everyone who's been following along. You could probably still follow along, but it's going to be more aimed at the people who've watched it from the start. But you have now got enough information for a build system, and it is all in a component. So okay then. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but you can take the component, and if you duplicated this player controller 1, and watch, this will not work. I bet. Player controller 1, compile, play an editor. Why is there? Where are we? What? Tell me. Tell me. Oh yes. So you would then set your building component. So building component, set which player reference, player controller. That could be dynamic. Let's see if we can do a bit of extra for you. Player controller. Because there's no casting. Because the minute you got a cast, it's not dynamic. Because then you're looking for a specific reference. Now, this should run. If we yes, it's got references. So it's just the mouse button. Well, they don't need to be in there. I'm sure you can do inputs in here. So left, I'm not sure if you can. So you will have to set that one reference. So let's have a look, project settings, and let's see if you can put an input into your right, let's say shift down, building component, shift. It does work, you can do that. Still needs an input though. Yeah, so it's as dynamic as it could be without any interactions, I think. So unless you could put an input in, I mean, there's no biggie. All you would have to do is in your you just need to set your player controller, right, to self, that's what you'd have to do. So if you added it to your project, you would need to set the reference to your player controller, and your player controller, you would need to set that reference in here. Alright, so it's not major, is it really? But you would just set that say like that, can change variable, and that should all work, to be honest. But you need to get right mouse button again, and oops, left mouse button, put that one into there, put that one into there, get rid of him, compile, save. There is another one, yes of course, shift down, and you would need to do this one again, right mouse button, into there, and left mouse button into there, and then if I hit play, there's still one more error to self, and if I hit 1, full build system, just like before, on a completely different character or a completely different controller within seconds, well, probably about 60 seconds. That's the beauty of the way you build stuff in components. Don't fucking build everything in your BP player. It's mental, because you'll trust us. You'll have a nightmare building games. I've been building games for a long time now. I've got games on Steam. I've got games on the Apple iStore. I've got games on itch.io, and they've all done shit because I've got no marketing and there's no one knew about them, so they're all falling through the net. I've built my own fucking Call of Duty, but I've made the mistakes. Now, I've built a survival game before, and it took hours just to change an item, and now I can do it in seconds. So it's about learning how to code the right way, because you'll all be able to do it. I bet you can all probably fucking have coded this and coded your items in. But I mean, I'm not saying that my way is right. I'm just talking from my personal experience. Do it. There's no right and wrong way to code. If you get the product at the end, then it doesn't matter how it was done, because even if that code was the best code on Monday, by Friday it's dirty hacky code, because you're constantly thinking. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up. And so, like, subscribe, join the Patreon. Really do need the support to keep doing these videos, because the missus is going mental, right? I know, I would appreciate it. You don't have to. I'm doing everything for free. The full package you can just download like that, which is on my Patreon at tier 2. When the full package is done, it'll be on the marketplace for probably about £100, $100, wherever you are. So obviously you can build it along with me for free. Obviously that's going to take a bit of time though, and you've got to wait for my videos and stuff like that. But I am trying to get them out as quick as possible. So going forward from here, I'm going to get you all up to date for everyone who's been following on from the start, from season 1. I'm going to implement everything and show you how to connect that into the template of the widget and stuff like that. And then when that's done, so we've probably got an episode, maybe 2 episodes to do that, and then we're looking at AI, artificial intelligence. Can't wait for that. And weapons and animations and all the good stuff that makes the games look pretty. So obviously it's still going to be template, so it's not going to be mental, but I'm going to do, like, the NPCs are going to be dying, they're going to have loot using the components. We're just going to attach components to it and stuff like that. But looking forward to it. So like the video, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it. Flick the bell, and then you know when the next one's coming out, which could be today, tomorrow. See how we get on. I've got builders in, that's why you might have heard some noise. And thanks for watching. Hit a like. Thank you. Bye.